So I recently turned 24 years old, and that sounds crazy coming out of my mouth because I can't believe I've lived almost a quarter of a century. And I remember the days when I was 15. I couldn't wait for the day to be 18, couldn't wait to be 21. And now that I'm 24, I wish I could go back a few years and stay that age. But with age, I've also learned a lot of life lessons, and I have to be grateful for them. So that's what inspired this video. I want to share with you the life lessons that I've experienced throughout these 24 years. Taking care of your mind is equally important as taking care of your body. When I was younger, I didn't know how to take care of my body. I didn't know how to feed it properly. Middle school, high school days, I would eat hot Cheetos constantly, if not daily. And we all know how terrible hot Cheetos are for you. But I didn't know the proper tools and skills to know how to feed my body right and healthy. Then when I became a college student, I began to learn about proper nutrition and how to eat healthy and how to have a healthy, clean diet. My body started adapting to these new changes. I started losing weight. And I was so excited about weight loss and so excited to see that I can make a change in my body with proper nutrition. As soon as I stopped losing the weight, I became frustrated that I wasn't losing the weight that I wanted at the rate that I wanted. I became obsessed with losing weight. I became obsessed with stepping on the scale to see if I had dropped some weight. Even if it was water weight, I wanted to see a lower number. I hated my body because it wasn't cooperating with me. But in reality, it simply wasn't complying with society's standards of the thin ideal. I realized I was hijacking my own fitness journey, the enjoyment of my own journey to health, with negative and intrusive thoughts. I'm going to be honest with you, it's hard. It's still hard. Daily, we are reminded that we need to be thin, but not too skinny. We need to build some muscle, but not be too muscular. It's been a struggle, and I think that's the case for many young girls and many women of all ages. Research studies suggest that if women exercise and eat healthy for their own personal benefit and for their own personal liking, we are much more happier. But if women eat healthy and exercise to lose weight in order to good look for others, then we're much less happy. But when we begin to change that mindset of eating healthy and exercising for the sole purpose of being happy and for being healthy, we will be much more happier. So in order to take care of our bodies, we also need to take care of our minds. Easy with the credit cards. My biggest financial regrets at this age are 1, leasing a year model car that I could not afford really, and 2, opening a Target red card. Will Smith once wisely said, "Too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't want, to impress people they don't like." This really resonated with me because I began to be a little bit more introspective as to why I was purchasing the things I was purchasing. And man, that Target red card, it is dangerous. I mean, I was swiping that thing left and right until I got in debt around $1,000. And that might seem like it's not a lot, but for a college student that doesn't have an income, that's a lot of money. And the thing is that I don't remember ever buying something valuable at Target. Something that I use daily, something that I spoiled myself with. They were mindless purchases. Thankfully enough, I started learning more about credit card usage, and my mom has always drilled the importance of being meticulous with your credit card usage. So I started working on paying off my debt, and now I've raised my credit to 750 points, which makes me really proud. But I realized that's not the case for many young adults who are not informed about credit and how it works. So I suggest to go easy with the credit cards. Don't go opening every credit card that is offered to you, because it's a scam. Take time off social media and learn good social media habits. In today's day and age, it seems almost impossible to imagine a world where social media doesn't exist. I mean, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Snapchat, we have YouTube. We have so many social media platforms. And social media is entertaining. I think it's changed many of our lives, some for the better. Social media gives you a huge platform. It's created many jobs. But social media can also be overwhelming and even addicting. And this addiction can be detrimental to our mental health. At the end of 2018, I decided I needed to take a break from social media. And I took an 8-month break. The reason I took this break is because I realized that I was mindlessly scrolling through Instagram. And my mood would completely change once I logged in. My mood changed because I was becoming jealous and feeling terrible about myself because I didn't look like the people on my feed. I didn't have what the people on my feed had. And I wasn't traveling to cool places like the people on social media. So I began to feel like shit about myself, honestly. I didn't want to feel like this. And I didn't want to feel like I was inferior. But that's the thing with social media. We compare ourselves to others. It amplifies the feelings of, I don't have that. I don't look like them. And what's even more wild about this is that people on Instagram put out their best lives. I'm sure you know this, and I'm sure that you're familiar with these feelings because you don't upload the very first selfie you take of yourself and upload it onto Instagram. You make sure you look good. You make sure you hide your double chin. You make sure your hair looks cute and that your makeup is perfect. Because that's what social media has done to us. We want to present our best self. And there's nothing wrong with presenting the best self. But then it becomes a thing of being perfect. None of us are perfect. But I didn't want to be gone from Instagram forever. I knew this. Because of FOMO. I didn't want to have FOMO for forever. Say that 10 times fast. And that's the thing. I think a lot of us fear missing out. We want to be updated with the most current events, and we want to know what people are posting and doing. But I also feared coming back and not learning anything, and coming back to Instagram and feeling the same way I did before. So I was talking to a friend about this, and she said, well, who are you following? Who's on your feed? And that's when I realized my feed was filled with Kendall Jenners, Bella Hadid's, Gigi Hadid's, fitness models, fitness gurus. So obviously I was gonna be feeling the way I was feeling because I was following people that were not making me feel good about myself. So when I came back, I cleaned my feed. I unfollowed the people that were not making me feel good about myself. And I started following more wholesome accounts, more positive and empowering accounts. So it's also important for you to be self-aware of the feelings that social media is causing you to feel and to build good habits. It's important to build good habits, to have good boundaries. Step out of your comfort zone. I'm going to briefly talk about astrology. If you're not into astrology or if you don't believe it, totally cool. But I am a Taurus, and as Tauruses, we despise change. We are completely resistant to stepping out of our comfort zone. I like to remain within my comfort zone because that provides me security. And I'm very self-aware that this is a downfall of mine. That in order to grow, I need to step out of my comfort zone and I need to be challenged. in order to grow. Every single time that I have forcefully pushed myself out of my comfort zone, I've grown. Grown as an individual, grown as a daughter, grown as a friend, and grown as a sister. Stepping out of your comfort zone can induce so much fear and stress. You see, as humans, our brains do not like stress. We avoid it. And when our brains sense fear, danger, and stress, we turn the other way. We avoid, we run, we flee. We do everything possible to remain safe. It's completely normal for our body to respond this way because it's a normal biological response to protect ourselves. But that's the thing. If we limit ourselves, we are limiting our experiences to being ordinary instead of extraordinary.